Screen actors, this video is about making specific acting choices and how they can help your performances to stand out above all of your competitors. Before the end of this video, you're going to learn exactly what we mean by a specific acting choice. You're also going to hear a true, inspiring story about a great actor of film and stage who in a performance made one acting choice that was so specific that his performance became memorable to people for years and years to come. My name is Louis DeBianco, and this is my channel, Screen Acting Success. This is where you come every Friday for more tips, techniques, and secrets to help you become a more compelling, working screen actor in demand. If this is your first time here, definitely click subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Stick around to the end because I'm giving away some free training that you are not going to want to miss. Specific choices. We all kind of know what the word specific means, right? And yet, so many actors make general acting choices. If we look up specific in a dictionary, it says it means something that is clearly defined. For you as an actor, it should mean taking an action or a moment that is ordinary and transforming it into something absolutely extraordinary so that it's not only compelling, but memorable, perhaps even unforgettable. Let's look specifically now at scripts. You read a script and it says that your character lights and starts smoking a cigarette. Whether you're a smoker or not, you know how that's done. Most actors will simply do what they've either always done or always seen. And doing it unconsciously like that, that action becomes generic. 10 other actors will do it exactly the same way. Or you read a script and the stage direction says that your character picks up and starts drinking a cup of coffee. Once again, an ordinary, everyday action. Nothing special about it. And most actors, let's say many actors, will not make anything special of it. They'll just start to drink their coffee. Then it might say that your character pours a glass of wine. Again, people will just take a bottle of wine and either from memory of doing it themselves or seeing someone do it, they'll just kind of do it. But they haven't taken the time, that extra step, to make it their own. The great actor, the actor who makes everything specific, always asks great questions. And certainly this question about any action they're going to perform. How does my character do it that makes it different from the way other people do it? If you're still a little bit skeptical about this, please go to Google and put in a search term that says, how to drink a cup of coffee. Yeah, if you do that, you'll be amazed that there are wrong ways to drink coffee. That means there are wrong ways to hold the cup, a wrong way to pick it up. There's a certain etiquette around drinking coffee. Certainly, if you key in how to pour a glass of wine, you're going to get so many different hits, including many different videos that show you the correct way to pour wine. When it comes to cigarettes, well, if your character is from high society, that character is going to light and hold the cigarette and even draw in and exhale the smoke very differently from a person who is from the streets. Keep that in mind. So, for you, this is going to be the rule. Never, ever take any stage direction for granted. Always start asking questions and then practicing specific ways to make the most mundane actions and moments extraordinary, outstanding, and unique become totally your own, and your performances are going to start to jump to a whole other level. The great actor and the true story about his choice. In 1987, I saw a Broadway production of a play by who was then a great American playwright, Lamford Wilson. The play was called Burn This, and that production had the great John Malkovich and the equally great Joan Allen. And in that story, there's a scene where Malkovich's character is simply preparing a pot of tea. In fact, the stage directions read like this. He puts the water and 3 tea bags into the pot, looks for a tea towel, covers the pot with it. That's it. Now let me ask you, if you read that, that's pretty simple, right? And most of us like to keep things simple and easy. So we have a prop towel on the set. We take it and we drape it over the pot. Right. And in the next production, and the one after that, and the one after that, with different actors, they're all going to be doing that action the same way. John Malkovich gets to that moment, and he takes this tea towel, and he suddenly begins to meticulously fold it, and he begins transforming its shape. Immediately, the audience became riveted because they were wondering, what is he doing? And he eventually created a very, very specific shape that he used to cover the teapot. And we all felt, wow, that made an incredible statement about his character. I'll tell you what statement it made in a moment. But now you see this image on the screen? That is a towel that someone has meticulously folded into the shape of a flower. When you look at that, you go, wow, that's pretty detailed. It's very specific. It's probably not easy to do. And you probably, or you should be, impressed by it. I don't have an image of Malkovich making that tea cozy, they would call it, to cover the pot. But what he did was just as impressive as someone folding a towel into the shape of a flower. So in the play, when we first meet his character, he bursts onto the stage, he's in a rage, and he's spewing all sorts of anger, venom, dropping F-bombs all over the place. He's angry about the way people park, about the way people behave in New York City, about the noise, etc., etc. He's doing this because he's extremely hurt. His brother has just died. But the point is that he creates an impression of a crude, vulgar street guy. Later in the play, he tells us that he works as a maitre d' in a very upscale Manhattan restaurant. And we go, wait a minute. That means that person must be refined. But we haven't seen any refinement from him. Well, when he transforms an ordinary tea towel into an elegant tea cozy to cover a teapot, and he does it with such grace and precision, we see the refinement. There's another detail about him. The character's name is Pale. It's obviously a nickname, P-A-L-E. To most of us, pale just means, well, lacking color. Person turns pale, their skin and face go white. But here's another image on the screen. It's of a bottle of cognac. You notice 4 letters there, V-S-O-P. Now, I used to be a cognac drinker, but I never really took the time to specifically find out what each letter meant. Well, Pale explains it to us. Those letters mean very superior old pale, which is a refined cognac. It has been aged a minimum of 4 years. That specific detail, and certainly his specific action, along with all of the other specific actions he performed in that production, made his performance compelling, absolutely hypnotic, and memorable. This is how memorable. I saw that in 1987. Just about a month ago, I was at a dinner party, and there were other actor friends. I started reminiscing with another actor about Broadway shows that stood out in our minds. And we had both seen that production. And both of us simultaneously said excitedly, "Yes, the tea towel." And when we both said it, we laughed, because that was 34 years ago. And we each remembered that detail. I'm sure many, many other audience members will think back, and that scene will stand out for them as if it had happened yesterday. Now it's your turn. I want you to take any script that you've either worked on or will be working on. Find a stage direction that is general. And then sit down and think about ways that you can make the action and the moment very specific. Transform an ordinary moment into something extraordinary. And of course, the moment you do that, it's going to be unique to you. Chances of someone coming up with that exact choice are very rare, unless they're peeking in your window when you're doing it. So start doing that with all of your work. Practice these moments. They're going to transform what you do. They're going to make you stand out more in auditions, and you're going to book more work. If you've gotten value from this, then definitely leave a comment below. And that will inspire other actors and also help more people to see this video. If you haven't already subscribed, do it now and give the video a thumbs up. I promised you some free training. On the screen, you now see the cover of the ebook I wrote, which is an ultimate guide to self-taping. It has everything in it, from acting tips to specific information about how to get the best lighting, the best sound. I give you a list of recommended gear, plus a diagram of the exact studio that I'm shooting in right now, which you can easily duplicate at home and take your self-taped auditions to a whole other level. The link is below. Download the book, apply it, apply what you learn, and start soaring in your career. You're also going to find a link below to my latest online course, Self-Taping Mastery. The course takes a deeper dive into self-taping. Plus, I am there in every module, guiding you step by step, holding you by the hand. It opens the door to communication with me. You can send me questions that I will answer for you. Plus, when you read what I am offering you, you're going to notice that I'm giving away some incredible bonuses. One of them is a totally separate online course in live auditions. And this course covers all the bases from before the audition to actually what you do after you leave the audition, and then everything in between. I sell that course separately for $199. It's yours as a free gift today if you and when you enroll in Self-Taping Mastery. So go down below and at least check out what I'm offering. If it's not for you, it's no big deal. If it is, I'll get the opportunity and the honor to become your guide toward a great, successful career, and we will get to know each other better. I always like to end with this. Your dialogue is important, but it's always, in camera acting, secondary to the inner life that lives below the lines and in between the lines. So whenever you have a script in your hands, always feel it first, then you say it. If you feel it first and then say it, you'll probably mean it. You do all three, good chances that you'll book it. Feel it, say it, mean it, book it. Go out, create a stellar on-camera career for yourself. Please let me know about it so I can celebrate with you and share your win with the world.